Welcome back to Bob's Garage, everybody. I have been accused in the past by some of my viewers of using clickbait, which I really don't like to use. I don't want to lure you in to watch a video and just using some kind of extravagant thing or some kind of hyperbole to get you in to watch. I know that is effective in getting people to get the clicks in, and that helps with the algorithm. But is it really successful? I mean, people aren't watching the video, so it really doesn't matter. But in this case, the video is called I Thought I Made a Huge Mistake. And I really thought I made a huge mistake. And it's not hyperbole. I thought I screwed up. So I did a video a couple of months ago. It was very successful. It got, I don't know, a few thousand views or whatever, 13,000. I don't know. It got a bunch of views. And a lot of good comments. And it was called I Ditched the Heavy Breather. And if you're familiar with the STs, the Harley-Davidson, the Road Glide, Street Glide, and the Lowrider STs, they come with that big, heavy breather air cleaner. And, before the STs came out, people would go on to the Harley website or they go to their deal and they would spend $500 to buy that because it was the coolest thing. It looked cool and they liked it. Now people are getting it included with the bike and they're taking it off, which, I don't know, whatever. But again, I left it on the bike. I was happy with it. It was fine. It got in my way a little bit with my leg, but nothing bad. But then I got this new seat that Advan Black sent me, which I absolutely love. It's the Assault seat. Check out the videos in the past because I reviewed it, and it's the best seat I've ever had, and I've been riding for over 20 years. But what happened with that seat was it did move me a little bit closer to the bars, and then my leg was hitting the heavy breather, so I knew I had to get rid of it. A previous motorcycle that I had, I bought it used. It was a Road King Special, and it had a really cool Roland Sands design air cleaner. And I liked it a lot. It was really cool. So I thought, well, I'm going to get another one of those. So I went online, and it was $700 and some odd and said, no, I'm not going to get another one of those. There's just no way I was going to do that. So we're flipping, going through Amazon like you do, and I saw an air cleaner that was exactly like the Roland Sands design. It just didn't have the RSD logo, and it was $100, so I bought it. And I thought, how bad could it be? And I love the look of it. It's all black. Let me just show you. Hold on one second. The lighting is it's dark out, so I got the door closed. But that's what it looks like. That's what the Roland Sands design one looked like. And this is the Amazon version. I think it looks great. It's all blacked out. It matches the bike, and I really like the look. Now, where I thought I made a big mistake was we were out doing a charity ride shortly after I put that on, and it was my friend Brian and I, and looking at the side of the bike, and I said, that looks like oil. And Brian's like, oh yeah. And so I'm looking at the air cleaner, and there where the breather bolts go in, there was significant amount of oil. I mean, not really significant, but there was some oil there. And I thought, okay, that's not a good sign. So I got the bike back home. I let it cool down, and the breather bolts, one of them had come a little loose. So I took it all apart and tightened it. And I thought, well, that'll solve the problem. And no, I still was getting oil, and again, not a drastic amount, but enough to, have me concerned. And in the breather bolts, there's these grooves, and they've got these little O-rings that sit in there. One of them wasn't seated properly, okay? So that's the problem. So I took it apart, got the O-ring seated properly, popped it all back together, and saw a significant decrease in the amount of oil. There's still a tiny bit, but nothing major. And then I noticed that the more I rode, the less oil I was seeing. Like the last few times I've been on the bike, I haven't seen any oil at all. I thought I screwed up by replacing this air cleaner. I thought, man, I'm gonna have to put the stock one back on and just deal with it hitting my leg, or buy something different because it's Amazon and it wasn't quality. Not the case. The air cleaner is fine, the quality is fine, but those O-rings weren't seated properly. And now it looks like one of the O-rings actually, it came unseated a little bit, but it's not leaking. And I'm like, you know what? It's not leaking. It's performing well. I'm just going to leave it alone. If it gets to a point where I need to replace the O-ring, I know how to do that. But I really thought I screwed things up. I thought that I was going to have an issue with an oil leak that was going to lead to major problems. And I thought, man, why didn't I just leave well enough alone? I'm one of these guys that likes to just, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's uncomfortable, deal with it. Just don't, especially when it comes to the motor. I didn't want to, you know, take things off, put things on, and just have it mess up. And when I saw that oil leak, I'm like, oh man, I screwed up. I really thought I screwed up. But it turns out that, you know, the O-rings weren't seated properly. Got them in there. And now, like I said, the last, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, maybe more, it hasn't leaked a single drop. And I think I've got the problem solved. So I'm going to leave that air cleaner on. We'll see. I'm hoping that it's okay. If not, I've got the stock air cleaner. I posted it for sale. My friend Josh took his off of his ST and posted it for sale, and it sold in like a day. I've had it posted for weeks and have not had one single person interested in it. I think there's a ton of them out there. A lot of folks buy these STs and they take that part off, which, like I said before, blows my mind, because that was a really popular item at Harley-Davidson. Buying that heavy breather and putting it on a bike, because it's a cool look. It's that snorkel look that people like. And now that you're getting it, people are taking it off. I would have left it on if it hadn't hit my leg, but you know, I was having to stretch my leg out around just to get to the brake pedal, which really isn't safe. So that was the main reason for changing it. But the oil leak has stopped, everything is fine, but I was a little concerned there for a little bit. So it did work out well. Tell me about a time when you guys have done something to your bike where you thought you made a huge mistake. Because I really did. I thought I blew it. I thought I screwed things up big time. I thought about an oil leak, now it's going to be a mess. But tell me about a time you did something that you thought, you know what, I made a mistake and it turned out okay. Or maybe it was a mistake and something didn't work out and you had to, you know, take it to the shop and let them fix it. Because, you know, we all think we can do stuff in our garage, and not all of us can. I know my limitations. I know there's certain things I can and can't do. So I've got to going to be taking this fairing off here in the next few weeks. I did get one of the, I got a Hogworks, the fairing spoiler that goes down the front that covers the frame, covers the oil cooler in the front. I got one of those I'm going to be putting on. If you've been following Advan Black on their social media, they have new handguards that have turn signals in them. We should be getting, I should be getting a set of those. We're going to put those on as well. Wiring is not my thing. So that's something my friend Keith's going to be coming over. He'll be wiring those up, because I don't trust myself with the wiring. But yeah, we've got some, I mentioned a couple weeks ago I didn't have any winter projects. And the next thing you know, Hogworks and Advan Black are like, here's some products we want you to do. So there will be a few things getting upgraded here, which will be fun. I really enjoy making those types of videos, and it's always nice adding stuff to the bike. So stay tuned for that. Again, subscribe if you haven't already, because there will be a giveaway that's only open to subscribers. We've got merchandise on the way for that. Planning out some good rides. I want you guys to let me know what rides you've got planned. If you live in this East Coast, Northern, North Carolina region, and you've been to some cool places you think I need to check out, let me know down below. Always looking for good ideas. I love the feedback. I love the comments. So again, thanks for coming along for the ride. I will see you in the next one.